Hi, my name is Ollie Payne, and this is my project. I combined it 275, and I also combined it 494. So what I tried to make is I tried to make kind of like a staffing firm for nurses. I have a database, a couple of databases in here. I have RNs, which RNs is for example, for a nurse you can have multiple licenses in various states. So for every RN that has, if an RN has a license in a state, they're held in RNs, and it has their PID, which is a reference to their HCPID, which is just going to be healthcare practitioner ID. So there's only one. So for example, if I was a nurse and I had five licensures, I'd have one instance of me in HCP, but for every license I had, let's say Ohio, Maine, Texas, Massachusetts, Florida, I'd have five instances of me in RNs. That's just basically how that goes. I have desire. Desire is just really it's do they want to be a per diem, do they want to be a travel, do they want to be a permanent. I think it also has an ID number, and the ID number is there because I have shift, and shift lets me know if they want to work nights, days, or evenings, and hour lets me know if they want to work 8s, 10s, or 12s. Going back to desire, it also when you have desire ID, it also links to delocation. So delocation is just their desired location, and it's going to reference well, it doesn't reference anything anymore. I had to fix that, but it's just a state ID. It doesn't reference it, but it uses the items in here. So the items in licensure, and licensure is just all the states. And the compact status is 1 or 0 or true or false, because the way nursing works in various states, they have a compact license. So if, for example, Arizona has a compact license, so if I have a home state of Arizona and I only have that Arizona license, I can also work in Arkansas, Colorado, Delaware, Idaho, and various other states. So that's why it's like that. That's why it was a good many-to-many example for 275, and that's pretty much majority of the database. I have top. It only has 4. So what top does is it prints out right on here. I need to space it out a little bit, but I'm going to have to do that at another time. There's also some spelling errors in here, so yeah. But you know, that's how it is. And here's how I log in. I combined it with 494, so I had to make a login as well. I didn't hash the passwords, but it's not difficult to do that. I wanted to do facilities, but I didn't quite have the time. I think I tried to do too much, to be honest with you. My search jobs, I didn't really get to finish it. I didn't get to put any jobs, but I meet all the requirements with just the nurses, because it's a lot of tables, and there's a lot of it's a lot of willy-nilly stuff. Okay, so I have an apply, so a nurse can submit a resume actually on the outside, and we can receive it. So the required fields are really just the asterisk marks. So let's just put something, anything. An email, I kind of have to do an @. I really didn't do anything besides that. And phone number is not really required, but for what I want to use it for, it'd be kind of important to have the cell phone. I think I can get around it. License, you can click multiples, control on a Mac and shift on a PC. I don't know why it's different, but I can select multiples. And like I said, for every one that I click, I'm going to have a bunch of people go into RNs. Desired shift, we saw desired shift. Desired state, we saw desired state. floats. These are just the experiences or specialties, the additional specialties maybe someone's experienced throughout their career. Type of work, travel is usually a 13-week assignment. You travel, anywhere. Permanent, it's like, permanent job. Per diem is just on call for I guess. So now that I have everything selected, I can add a resume if I'd like. I don't know if I have any. Let's do that one. Okay, and you can of course click these and not click them. I really don't have any functionality here. I just thought it looked good. So my name's Sad Asada. I don't even know if it's a real name, but well, it probably is. But let's just write it. So Sad, A-S-D-S-D-A. I made it go in cursive. So that was pretty interesting. Make it kind of feel like you're actually signing it. So if I submit this and everything is A-OK, it's just going to say your information has been submitted, and as you can tell, everything clears. And if we go to RNs, we can see browse, and well, not RNs, but HCP, because that's the one instance. If we browse there, you can see that there's SAD. I'm just going to say S. I don't like saying SAD too often. So I'm going to say S, and as you can see, a blob. So I have the resume, I just have to take it out of there. And we can tell it's 33. Okay, so it's 33. So what we need to do is go to RNs. And like I said, RNs is every state that they were licensed in. So if we browse here and we go to PID is 33. So all the states that we selected, we did CC, we did CA, KY. We might have done another one. No, we did Louisiana. I don't know. But case manager, that was the primary specialty right here. So now if we go to experience, I'm sure we selected a couple other experiences for that individual, and remember that it's 33, so we have 2, 28, and 29. So let's just take 2 for example, and we go to specialties, we browse that, and 2 is acute rehab. I think it was 28, 29, or I know it's 29, I don't know if it was 28, but dialysis. So it has instances of every specialty that was selected, and also if you go to where's the other one? Well, we only have one instance of the state they live in, but the desired state. But let's go to desired. Okay, so we know their ID was 33, if I'm not mistaken. Desired ID, delocation. Okay, so we need to go to actual desire. Okay, so in desire, I erased a lot of these. So 33 is actually 16. So yes, I want to be a traveler. No per diem. Yes, perm. And now from there, I can go to delocation. Delocation is going to tell me that since my number was 16, 16, 16, 16, so my desired state was 12, 14, and 15. Now these are they're related, but they're not foreign keys. I should have made it a little bit different, but as you can tell, they're related, they're just not foreign keys. Because if they were foreign keys and I wanted to change something, well, these actually might be. I had one instance where it was a little bit, I couldn't do a foreign key. That drove me up a wall for a while. But now that we've done that, and that's how you apply on the outside, and the About Us doesn't have too much. Benefits doesn't have too much. We already went over the apply. Search jobs doesn't have anything. I made the logo. I just photoshopped the pictures, and then, okay, we didn't go over this. So this is just JavaScript. It goes automatic. But I can click it and go to the next one. but it's really just set for automatic. Like I said, those are the top 4 jobs we can edit. This is here. You can click it, but it doesn't have functionality, unfortunately. I didn't get to add jobs, didn't have enough time. I think I embarked on a project that would take me longer than the allotted time, but that's my fault. So employee login, you can create a new user. This is a new user, and you can enter all the information, and it submits it, or it can go to an existing user. So for example, I mean, you can see all my passwords, it's not a big deal. So login, if I browse here and I say, okay, I got one that's name is Ali, password is Boston1, I could do submit, and it's just going to say that's not a registered user at all. I don't know if this is the smartest thing to have, but if I do that, Ali, and we know Ali's a username, incorrect password, try again. So I guess it's not really security related, but I didn't really want to. I just did that for the requirement. I probably wouldn't have this. But as you can tell, I can log in, and now that we're logged in, we can just save this address, and we can sign out. And let's try and go back to that. And what it's going to do is it's going to take us back here. As you saw, it quickly changed. So if we create a new user, it wouldn't be too much different. Yes, no, password, no, so no. You have created an account, now log on. Now we'll just go to existing user, and we'll just say sign up. So now if we do login, browse, as you can tell, no, yes, no, username, no, okay. And then it comes up with the page, and here's a little functionality. If I wanted to change, let's say the first job, I wanted to make it RN, or RNER. I select this state, let's say Arizona, and TMB. I'm not the best speller. I don't know if that's even real. It's Arizona, it seems like it. So let's say per diem. We can replace any of the top 4 jobs. Let's just replace the top one. Replace. Loading. It has been replaced. So let's sign out. And let's go back here. And as you can tell, this loaded. For some reason, this is on the right line. Not PD. I guess I didn't write out per diem. But this is on the right line. I'm gonna need to change it. I had position all 3 of these. I don't know. I'll have to mess with it. But let's sign back in, and we'll use one of the accounts I've been using a lot. So just my name, and we can do. Okay, so here's a little bit more. This is very similar to just how you could do it on the front page. So there's no real point of doing that. And then I can print out my RNs. So here's all the RNs I have available. I can edit the list. I can update. I can delete. So let's just create one. R E. Doesn't really matter what I put. That's dot. And what's going to show is I'm only going to put a mission, and I'm going to say that Alaska is my only state. If I insert a new, you have inserted the healthcare professional. Now if I inserted one that didn't have all the cases, it would just say error. Just like if for this one, it would also just do error. Okay. Now, if I refresh this list, as you can tell, Miss EE came in, Now, as you saw with Miss E, admissions coordinator, so she doesn't have any other specialty, just a primary. So if we look in RNs, or we look in HCP, and we go to Miss EE, we can see she's 34. So 34, in her experience, she should only have one. And 34. Or, yeah, there she is. She only has one, especially 4. Okay? So, let's say she all of a sudden got a new primary specialty, or she wanted to list some new experience. Let's just edit it. Let's fill her name. Elaine Evans. We can say she was also a. Let's say let's do someone who can get paid. Let's do OBGYN. Well, let's do okay. And we could enter a cell phone. Now you can't enter, the way I set it up, if I entered anything on cell phone that's not a number, it's just going to give me an error. So it has to just be solid numbers. So knowing that, let's just give her a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It doesn't matter for home number. Email doesn't know. We can change the city to home state's California. So let's say Beach. Clearly, I'm not the best speller. Manhattan Beach. Okay. She definitely is not going to give us her address. She lives in Manhattan Beach. So let's just update that. Are you sure you want to? Okay. What's going to happen with that one? I didn't take out the error, but looks like there's a count of 0 for her for that specialty. So what we're going to do is we're going to find that specialty ID, which is perinatal. It's 73. Looks like we're inputting a new specialty. You have inserted a new specialty for Elaine Evans. The database has been updated. So now if we just upload this and we say I think it was RN experience, browse, and she was 34, so now you can see there's another experience of her. And if we go to RNs and her RN PID is 34, we can see that that's her new specialty. Well, no, that's a case for everyone's specialty. No, that's specialty and state. And let's refresh the list. I guess I didn't change it. Well, no, I did change it because it was something different, I think. Who knows? Postpartum. This should be postpartum. Postpartum. And RNs. She should be postpartum, right? Oh, I hate recording myself because I definitely might mess up on this one. RNs. And browse. And next. Postpartum. So I wasn't too off. And then we can of course edit this list, and let's say we want to delete her. Okay, and what's it going to do? It's going to delete every instance of her. She's been deleted. Let's refresh the list. I wish I would have seen the cache video a little bit sooner. I didn't get to put anything in there, but as you can tell, she's gone. I also wanted to implement searching all the RNs, but I just found out how one would do it. So I'm still working on that, but I only have a couple minutes to turn this in, so I wanted to make a video ahead of time just to show what it was like, everything it could do. And of course you can sign out. It's going to take me back here. So hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.